Today, I want to talk to you about something that sometimes pisses me off, and that is putting labels on things. Like, hey, I'm manifesting this. Manifestation is being. You're always manifesting anyway. You're manifesting your subconscious beliefs. You're manifesting what you are thinking about all day long. You are affirming to yourself while you are in the shower. You are arguing with people while you are in the bathroom. You are doing all this stuff unconsciously anyway. So all we have to do is just make it conscious and then put it back to unconscious. I love this analogy of just becoming aware of your unconscious thoughts, becoming aware of the unconscious behaviors that you've been doing for years. And I suffered back in the day with depression and the idea of imposter syndrome and all this stuff. And this was because of a lot of factors: parents, school, certain circumstances in my life that caused this to happen. But now you can choose because there is only now. And the one thing that I want to talk about is my experience with depression, my experience with this idea of being down and being addicted to the pain. Because believe me, I've been there and I've chosen to be there most of the time back in the day because I felt like the victim mentality was a great fit to me back in the day. And I'm here to tell you, you have a choice. You have a choice to make. And I'm not telling you it's going to be easy or difficult. All I'm telling you is it's going to be simple because it is a choice that you will make. And that choice is deciding in this present moment that you are no longer identifying with this thing, that depression. You are not that person anymore. You are not walking as if you are depressed. You are identifying with the I amness within you, the infinite power within you and all around you. You are recognizing that power. And from that place, you go in life knowing that whatever you say about yourself, it is true, because it is. This is why I always tell you guys, you can just think about something and it will happen. Like I told you about the story of the baby blue car. One day I was walking and all I did was imagining, not even imagining, like I was opening up my eyes and all of a sudden, hey, I'm gonna see a baby blue car today. And it happened 4 hours later. As simple as that. A couple of days ago, I wanted to see someone with a green hoodie. And I got out of my house and it happened. Instantly. It happens all the time. Another time, I wanted to see a pineapple out of the blue. And bam, it happens. The thing is, you are always doing that. You are not just aware of it. So when you become aware of it, you realize how powerful you are. This is why affirmations, sometimes when you are in the state of like a slowed pace of brainwaves, like when you are at alpha and theta, when you say something to yourself when you are at bed, for example, or you're just chilling, all of a sudden you feel it. You've been doing it your whole life. Even when you are at high beta, when you are in a waking state, you're just doing it unconsciously. When you are brushing your teeth, when you are driving, when you are doing this, when you are doing that, you're always having mental conversations, whether with yourself or not with yourself, with other people in your imagination. And all of a sudden, these people appear as you imagine them. And this is the crazy thing about it. The world is you pushed out, and this is something that is both scary and amazing at the same time, because you can use it for good or for bad. You gotta be so conscious of what you are thinking about. So back to depression, all I did back in the day was just whining and moaning and thinking that everything is against me, when in fact, it wasn't. In fact, I wasn't aware of the idea that I am reinforcing negative beliefs about myself every single time. And you know, when did depression go all these times back in the day? It was when I got myself occupied with something that I love, something that I'm passionate about, something that I feel like I got a purpose to do in my life. Back in the day, it was studying. Back in the day, it was going so hard at studying and getting my subjects and all this stuff when I was in college, to the point that I would just be so fatigued to the point that I would sleep while I was studying. This is how passionate I was about it. When I was in that state, when I felt that mentally I am doing something that I love doing, I was in that state, and all of a sudden, depression left me like it never came. That was back in the day. Because why? Because I felt like I'm doing something good. I felt like I'm doing something that I love. I felt that all this chaos that was in front of my head and in front of my own eyes was just baggage from not doing what I love, from not doing what I'm supposed to do. I was just keeping it in front of me like that. Oh, this person did this and that person did that. I'm not telling you right now that I don't catch myself go in that rabbit hole every now and then, but I'm more aware now with my thoughts and feelings that sometimes I can observe these things, but I don't identify with it. I don't believe in anything that will take my power away. This is something that I learned from Andrew Tate. I don't believe in anything that will take my power away. The I amness within you is so powerful. So whatever you say I am and you say afterwards, it will become your identity. So you don't want to say I am and put after it something bad. Say to yourself, I am powerful. Say to yourself, I am good. Say to yourself, I am wanted. Say to yourself, I am loved. Don't say to yourself any I am with something negative after it. This is not the way to go. And you can catch yourself most of the time like reciting or telling yourself the lyrics of certain songs that are so negative, that are destructive. I caught myself a couple of days ago doing that, and I realized that this lyrics is exactly what is happening in my life. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if you think about it, what you repeatedly say to yourself with conviction and feeling will be materialized whether you like it or not. So you better be careful of what you are entertaining in your brain, what you are thinking about, what you are entertaining with feelings, like especially with feelings, because feeling is the secret. When you are in a state of knowing who you are, then the world will just reflect that back to you. And this is the whole thing about manifestation, or for a lack of a better word, we will say that it is being, not manifestation. It's being because you are always manifesting anyway. The mirror is always reflecting back to you what you consent to be true about yourself, whether consciously or unconsciously. If something bad is happening to you, revise what caused it. And believe me, I wasn't in my best condition for the last I don't know how many weeks, and I was aware of that. But I didn't know what caused it until one day I decided to sit down and listen to some people that I trust. And I listened to them without actually telling them anything. I just listened maybe to some people on YouTube, maybe to a friend that you trust. And all of a sudden, I got these ideas left and right like, hey, yeah, I did that. This is why it happened. And when it actually happened, it was because it took maybe 1 to 2 weeks to the mirror or this 3D hologram to reflect what I consented to be true, because I was fighting too. So whatever you consent to be true about your world, be positive, negative, or indifferent, it will always be materialized. And this is the crazy part. Most of the time we are speaking negatively about ourselves, and most of the time we are expecting the worst. So why don't you expect the best? Why don't you get out of your house saying that everything is going to be all right today? Everything is perfect today. I see my day being the best day ever. These things are good. And shout out to Channel the Power of I Am, Eric, great guy. He just mentioned the idea of being in the villain mode. And the villain mode is creating a character to yourself and stick to it. Like you are that person. You got this origin story of just being manipulated or hated or anything like that and being traumatic, and all of a sudden you decide that you are that guy. Use it to something good now. You will go out every single day knowing that you are the man. You are the man, or you are the woman that you want to be. And nothing, and I mean nothing, can hold you back. Nothing can take that from you except you, if you decide to take that back from you. But even if you do, you can go back and be in that character because there is only here and now. There is only here and now. When you remember something from the past, you are remembering it now. When you visualize something in the future, you are visualizing it now. When you do anything, you are from the now. You are not looking for it in the future or in the past. You are experiencing it now. So techniques are tools that you can use to experience what you already claimed to be true about yourself. And this is why I'm telling you, when you are depressed, don't get into the rabbit hole of feeling bad all the time, because you'll say that, you know what, this is not in my control. Believe me, when you get to the core of it and you look at things differently, you'll find out that sometimes all you need to do is just decide that you are not that guy anymore. You are not that girl anymore. You are not. Know yourself more. Know your worth. This is something that most people don't talk about. Know your worth. And knowing your worth is something that will make you accelerate in life so quickly. If you look at yourself and you feel like you're not worthy of anything, do you think the people will give you things that you don't feel like you are worthy of receiving? You think that person will love you when you don't love yourself? Do you think so? Think the world will be smiling at you when you are frowning at it? Think about it. As within, so without. As above, so below. Nothing can change until you change. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Think about that. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You gotta change, and when you change, everything will change. And this is the crazy part about it. The only real change comes from the inside, not from the outside. The outside is a byproduct of your changed concept of self. And once you change that, all of a sudden, you'll find out that, hey, this is fun. I can do that with ease. And all of a sudden, you'll find yourself having more fun with life, having more fun with the idea of being a co-creator of your life. You're becoming one with the one. You are letting go and letting God. When you know that you are already that man, you are already that person who got this, this, and this, and you let go of the how, the when, because you experienced it. And every time you waver or you feel like you are getting out of that state of being fulfilled internally, you just use anything to just experience that again. Whether that be by telling yourself that you are that man or that woman, or closing your eyes for 5 seconds and experiencing it in your imagination, or whatever you want. Techniques are just tools. This is why I gathered all the techniques in my ebook. You can check it in the link in the description box. But all that matters is your concept of self. What do you consent to be true about yourself? When I look back on depression, on the feeling of unworthiness, feeling of being sad all the time, I was trying to get something out of it. I admit it to myself. I admit that. I was looking for validation. I was looking for validation from other people by being sad, so they can tell me that, no, you are good. You're wonderful. I was looking for that. Even though it was in my teenage years and I was just so chaotic and trying to figure things out and all of that. But this was something that I was addicted to. It's crazy to say that, but you are probably one of those people that are addicted to suffering. And we don't want to admit that, but once you do, and once you realize that you are choosing that at this point, you will know that, you know what, I won't choose that anymore. I'll choose something else. I'll choose to become someone else. The best version of me. That old version of me is gotta die. I'm leaving that behind. I'm killing that version of me. I'm not going with that version anymore. That version served you for a while. Now it's time to move on. And it doesn't matter if you are 17 or 70. It's all the same. All you got is now. Time, linear time, is an illusion. To the right brain hemisphere, everything is here and now. There is nothing but now. All you got is now. Every time you look at your watch, it's now. So live in the now. Do something fun. Live your life in the moment. Get busy. Get busy. This is something that I can't stress enough. Get busy. Start a YouTube channel. Start a business. Go for a walk. Move to another city. Do anything that will make you busy. When you are busy and you are in the moment and you are in the knowing that you are who you said you are, and you are talking from your I amness, then everything will change. Believe me, everything will change. I believe in you. I don't want you to get stuck. I want you to keep going. Believe that you are the man and go knowing that you are the man. Every day in every way, you are getting better, better, and better. Keep that in your mind. Loop it out. When you are sleeping, feel as if everything is good. Say thank you. Say it is done. These things are so powerful. When you're going to sleep, impress the subconscious mind in the now. Decide that when you are going to sleep, everything has worked out perfectly for you, and sleep in the knowing that it is done. Because manifestation is being. So I don't want you to get stuck in a loop of watching manifestation videos in and out. You don't need all of that. All you need to do sometimes is deleting all this stuff and just live your life, because life is for living. Done.